Okay, let's start with a quick word association.
Yeah.
When I say Greek god, specifically the golden boy of Olympus, who comes to mind, it has to be Apollo.
Almost always.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got the default image of, divine perfection.
Exactly. You get that image of the marble statue, the eternally young, handsome guy. He's got the perfect hair. He's strumming a lyre. He just feels safe, like the reliable honors student of the gods.
He does. It's a very clean, very appealing image. But it's also dangerously incomplete.
Yeah.
If you stick with that image, you're actually missing the whole point of who he was.
That's completely what I got from the research for this deep dive. We have all these sources, and they paint this picture that is so much more unsettling. The texts call him as a symphony of contradictions. We're not just talking about the light that illuminates, we're talking about the light that sears.
And that distinction is everything. If you just stop at sun god, you miss the terrifying precision of Apollo. He's a god of boundaries, of distance, and of, lethal accuracy.
Right.
To get Apollo is to get how the Greeks saw reality itself, that constant tension between perfect order and just absolute chaos.
And there's a clue right in his name, which I totally missed before. We think Apollo, we think brightness, beauty, but some etymologists suggest the name might actually come from an old root word meaning to destroy.
It changes the feeling immediately, doesn't it? It's not creation, it's purging.
Just a little. It turns the healer into the Terminator. So that's our mission today. We're going to move past the museum plaque and figure out why this god was the, quote, luminous core of Greek civilization. A god who is both a protector and a punisher, sometimes in the same exact moment.
And hopefully we'll see why the Greeks believed you can't have healing without the capacity for harm. It's a lesson in balance, but it's a harsh one.
So let's get into his origin, because it reads like a thriller. It's not just a god is born, yay. It starts with a crisis.
Yeah.
We have Zeus as the father, obviously, king of the gods, but the mother is Leto, a titaness.
Right, and Leto is key. She's not a warrior or a schemer. She represents this very gentle, modest force. But in these myths, being with Zeus, it comes with a massive price tag.
Wrath of Hera.
Exactly. The queen.
Now, Hera always gets painted as the jealous wife, the evil stepmother, but the sources suggest it's more complicated. It's not just petty, it's political. Right?
Deeply political. I mean, you have to remember, her power is tied completely to her status as queen. When Zeus has these affairs, it's not just about cheating. It's a threat to the cosmic order, to the succession. So her reaction to Leto is nuclear. She curses the very earth itself.
She decrees that no land that sees the light of day can give Leto shelter to give birth.
Just think about how terrifying that is. You're pregnant with twins Apollo and Artemis, and the literal ground beneath your feet is forbidden to you.
The texts describe her wandering everywhere, from Thrace to Crete, and mountains are trembling, rivers are receding. Nature itself is too scared of Hera to help her.
It's all about the struggle that comes before the light. The Greeks are telling us that order and reason and beauty, they aren't just given to you. They're born out of incredible suffering.
But as always, there's a loophole. I love a good mythological technicality.
The island of Delos.
Yes. So Delos at the time was a floating island. It wasn't anchored to the seafloor. It was just bobbing around. So technically,
it didn't count as land in the way Hera meant. It was exempt.
Brilliant. So Leto makes it to this floating rock, and the second she gives birth to Apollo, the island completely transforms.
Pillars shoot up from the seabed to anchor it in place. The whole scene just flips. We go from a horror story to a miracle.
The descriptions are amazing. Apollo emerges fully formed, swans start circling overhead, and this barren rock just blooms with gold and jewels. It's like the world went from black and white to 4K.
And that's the core of his origin. He is light bursting from darkness. He isn't born in a palace. He's born in exile. And his very presence turns a wasteland into a sanctuary. It sets him up immediately as a force that brings order from chaos.
So he arrives with a bang. Now let's talk about his portfolio, because calling him the sun god is like calling a Swiss Army knife just a knife. He does everything.
He really does. But it's not random. All his roles, they interconnect. It's a whole system.
Okay, let's start with the sun. He drives the chariot. But the notes say he's not the physical sun in the way the older god Helios was, right?
Correct. Helios was the literal sun. Apollo absorbs that role, but he makes it metaphorical. He becomes the god of intellectual illumination, the light of reason. It's the metaphor we still use, shedding light on a subject.
I see.
Exactly. He banishes the chaos of the night. He makes things visible and therefore understandable.
Okay, order and clarity. That leads right to the music. The lyre. I found out it was actually made by Hermes from a tortoise shell.
Yeah, Hermes invented it, the crafty one. But Apollo perfected it. And the details matter. The number of strings.
7 strings.
The 7 known planets.
So he's not just playing a nice tune.
Not at all. He's playing the music of the spheres. The Pythagoreans believed the whole universe was ordered by mathematical harmony. The movement of the stars, the planets, it all followed a ratio. Apollo's music is the sound of cosmic order.
That's deep. Music as math, math as divine. But here's the big contradiction. He's the god of harmony and healing, the paean. The Hippocratic Oath literally starts, "I swear by Apollo physician."
The ultimate doctor.
But he's also the god of plagues. How does that work? Cures disease, also causes it.
To us, it's a contradiction. To the Greeks, it's 2 sides of the same coin. Think about it. If you know the body well enough to heal it, you also know exactly how to dismantle it. You know the pressure points.
So the knowledge is neutral. It's about how you apply it.
Precisely. Look at the start of the Iliad. The Greeks offend one of his priests. What does Apollo do? He fires arrows into their camp. Those arrows are like sunbeams, but they bring sudden death and plague. It's clean. It's distant. He punishes hubris with surgical precision.
That is a terrifying image. The doctor who can save you is also the sniper who can take you out from a mile away.
That's Apollo, the far shooter. He's not a god who gets his hands dirty. He stands apart, perfect and untouched, and deals out fate. And that long-distance sight brings us to his other big job, prophecy.
Which takes us to the most famous place in the ancient world, Delphi.
The center of the world.
Literally the omphalos, the navel. But before he could set up his temple there, he had to clear out the previous tenant.
The Python, a massive primordial serpent, a child of Gaia, the earth itself.
That feels very symbolic.
It is. You have Apollo, god of the sky, of reason, of light slaying this creature of the earth, of rot, of darkness. It's the victory of order over primal chaos.
So he kills the snake and sets up shop. But the one doing the talking wasn't Apollo himself, it was the Pythia, his priestess. And she wasn't some young mystic, she was usually a middle-aged local woman.
Yes, a regular woman chosen for the role.
Yeah.
And the process, it wasn't glamorous. She'd sit on a tripod over a chasm, inhale these vapors, probably ethylene gas from a fault line, and enter a trance.
And kings and generals would travel for months to ask her questions, but the answers were, famously, tricky.
Almost never a straight yes or no. And that was the point. Delphi wasn't a fortune-telling booth. It was a place that forced you to interpret divine will. The ambiguity was a test of your own wisdom.
We have to tell the story of King Croesus. It's the perfect example of how this could go wrong.
It's the classic cautionary tale. Croesus of Lydia, richest man alive, wants to attack the Persian Empire. He asks the Oracle at Delphi, "Should I go to war?"
And the oracle's reply.
She says, "If you go to war, a great empire will be destroyed."
And Croesus hears that and thinks, great, I'm going to destroy Persia.
So he attacks, gets completely crushed, loses everything. He destroyed a great empire all right his own.
Ouch. But the oracle didn't lie.
No, Apollo told the truth. Croesus failed the test. And that gets to the whole philosophy of the place. There were 2 sayings carved on the temple: know thyself and nothing in excess.
Know thyself. We hear that today and think it means find your passion. But here it meant,
it was a warning. It meant, know that you are a mortal, not a god. Know your limits. Croesus was arrogant. He lacked self-knowledge and moderation, and Apollo's truth destroyed him.
It's back to that searing light idea. The truth is there, but if you look at it wrong, you get burned. It's like staring directly at the sun.
Exactly. This is self-foreseen moderation, balance. That's the core Apollonian ideal. Know where the line is, don't cross it.
Okay, so this god of perfect order, reason, moderation, you'd think his personal life would be pretty tidy. But his love life, it is a train wreck.
A complete and total disaster.
Yes. It's weirdly humanizing. Let's start with Daphne, because that one just seems to capture his whole problem.
It's a tragedy that starts with arrogance. Apollo, right after killing the Python, sees Eros Cupid with his little bow and arrows and basically says, leave the weapons to the big boys, kid.
Oh, bad move. Never insult the god of love and obsession.
Terrible move.
Yeah.
So Eros shoots Apollo with a gold arrow of mad love, and he shoots the nymph Daphne with a lead arrow of absolute repulsion.
The irresistible force meets the immovable object. Apollo chases her, thinking he's the greatest thing ever, and she is just terrified.
She begs her father, a river god, to save her, and he turns her into a laurel tree. Apollo finally catches her, but her skin is turning to bark and her hair to leaves. He goes to embrace her, and he's just hugging a tree.
And the irony is, he takes the leaves from that tree, the laurel, and makes it his symbol of victory, the laurel wreath. It comes from his greatest romantic failure.
It's like he gets the symbol, the form, but he lost the actual connection. He lost the life.
Then there's Hyacinthus. This one is even sadder because the love was mutual. He was a mortal prince, and Apollo genuinely loved him.
It's a much gentler story at first. They're throwing the discus, but Zephyr, the west wind, is jealous. He blows the discus off course, and it hits Hyacinthus and kills him.
And from his blood, Apollo creates the hyacinth flower. It's a pattern. Every time he gets close to someone, they end up as a plant or dead.
Or cursed. Look at Cassandra. He offers her the gift of prophecy if she'll be with him. She agrees, gets the gift, and then reneges. She turns him down.
Which is her right, but
Gods don't handle rejection well. He couldn't take the gift back, so he added a curse. She would always tell the truth, but no one would ever believe her.
that is just the worst thing I can imagine. Seeing the Trojan War coming, seeing the destruction, and having everyone think you're insane.
It's the tragedy of knowledge without power. You can see the truth, but if you can't connect with people, if you can't persuade them, the truth is useless.
So why give the most perfect God such a disastrous love life?
I think it shows that the idealist, the one obsessed with order and distance, really struggles with the messiness of actual connection. Intimacy requires closing that distance, and maybe for a being of pure light, getting too close just burns people. You can't hug the sun.
That's a powerful way to put it. He's isolated by his own perfection.
And that tension between perfection and chaos brings us to the big philosophical showdown. You can't talk about Apollo without talking about his opposite.
Dionysus,
The god of wine.
god of wine, ecstasy, madness, chaos. The philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche argued that all of human culture is a battle between these two forces, the Apollonian and the Dionysian.
Okay, so let's break that down. Apollonian is
The Apollonian is the dream. It's structure, order, logic, sculpture, light. It's the individual. It's the blueprint, the law code, the crisp marble statue.
and the Dionysian.
Is intoxication, chaos, losing yourself in music, in a crowd. It's the raw, primal force of nature. It's the mosh pit, not the museum.
So Apollo is the architect, and Dionysus is the rave.
That's a pretty good way to put it, yeah.
Yeah.
But Nietzsche's point, and what the Greeks knew, is that you need both.
Why? Wouldn't a world of just Apollonian order be better? Safer?
Safer, maybe, but sterile. It would be a beautiful statue that's cold and dead. You'd have form without life. But if you only have Dionysus, you just have chaos and self-destruction. Civilization is the Apollonian structure you build to contain and give meaning to the Dionysian passion of life.
So Apollo isn't trying to destroy the chaos, he's trying to frame it. Exactly. He's the frame that holds the painting. Without the frame, the painting is a mess. Without the painting, the frame is just empty.
That really explains why he was so important to them. He wasn't just the sun guy, he was the force keeping civilization from sliding back into barbarism.
And that struggle is timeless. We're always balancing our need for emotion with our need for structure.
So where does that leave us today? Because his name is everywhere.
It is. I mean, the most obvious one is NASA. The Apollo missions.
To the moon.
Think about it. It was the ultimate Apollonian project, using reason, math, technology, the light of the intellect, to conquer the dark, unknown void of space. It's the disciplined quest for knowledge.
The arrow shot at the moon.
Precisely. And he's all over pop culture. Percy Jackson, God of War. He's still our go-to for that mix of terrifying beauty and power.
So he endures because we still want what he represents. We live in a chaotic world and we crave clarity. We want to believe there's a hidden order behind all the noise.
We want to believe that if we just get the data right, we can solve everything.
So, to wrap up, Apollo isn't the pretty boy with the harp. He's the enforcer of balance, the bridge between the divine and the mortal.
He teaches that light reveals beauty, but it also reveals flaws. He teaches that you have to know your own limits to survive.
And here's the final thought I want to leave you with. We've been talking about the light that sears. We always say we want absolute truth. We want total transparency in our lives, our politics, our relationships.
And you do, we demand it.
But as we saw with Apollo's arrows or Cassandra's curse, raw, unfiltered truth can be devastating.
It's true. Truth without compassion can become a kind of tyranny. It just burns.
So the question is, are we remembering to balance our own pursuit of the light with the necessary shadows of our humanity? Do we maybe need a little shade just to survive the sun?
A question well worth asking.
That's it for this deep dive into the world of Apollo. Thanks for listening and stay curious.